Hey, I'm Allison.
I'm Rory.
And this is the very first episode of The Probe, which is our hentai video game review show on 8Bitches. It's gonna be kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm actually very not well versed in hentai or hentai video games. I've watched a lot of porn, but I have not played a lot of hentai video games.
I don't know if I should be proud or whatever, but I've played a lot of hentai games, so I do know a little bit about them, so I'm going in with some prior knowledge.
Ask the expert.
I wouldn't call myself an expert. So we're going to play a hentai game, and we're going to review it based on several different categories, and each game will have an end score from each of us. So, that's how it works. Okay, guys, we finished Harem Party. We played about 2 hours of it.
Which was pathetic, in my opinion. Which we'll get to the scores, but pathetic that we played that long and got as little as we did, in my opinion.
Honestly, for his very first game to play, it was not the worst one I've ever played.
Oh, really?
No. But I guess we'll find out. Our first category is graphics, and on a scale of 0 to 4 red spots on the sheet, how many do you give them, Rory? And graphics.
I mean, I gave it 4. I thought it actually looked nice. The visuals that they did provide, as few as they were very well done, and it was like high definition. It was nice. It was very well done graphics-wise.
I gave the graphics 3 out of 4 red spots on the sheet. The reason why I did not give it 4, the graphics were great that were there, but there just weren't enough of them.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I didn't think of that as in like the graphics themselves. Like, I didn't put quantity into that.
Well, I did. So, 3 out of 4. Next category is the story or dialogue. They both go hand in hand. What did you think about the story and dialogue of this game, Harem Party?
Well, I gave it 3 blood spots out of 4. Because it was, it was a fun little, like, predictable. It was a little predictable, but it was still just like a fun story with fun characters. I did like some of the characters. They were good. And the dialogue I thought was funny too sometimes. So, I mean, I think we probably contributed to the enjoyment of that, but...
We definitely did.
But I thought it wasn't bad, so I said 3.
I gave the story dialogue of Harem Party also 3 out of 4 blood spots. I liked the concept of it. For some reason I like, modern versus fantasy mixing, and so
I love that thing of like coming from their world into the
real
world.
It's a
that
genre
kind of shit
I enjoy. Yes,
yeah.
I love that kind of shit too.
We're both guilty of that.
So I'm super duper into it. I felt like the dialogue kind of dragged a little bit. So
absolutely.
That's why I
should have maybe given it 1 less point for that because it did drag on.
Well, that's why I didn't get a 4.
And on.
Right.
Yeah.
But well written. Good job. Our next category is gameplay. How many blood spots on the sheet did you give this, Rory?
I gave it 0 because there was none. There was no gameplay whatsoever. There was click, dialogue, click, dialogue. No points for this game on gameplay. It was the most boring game ever. And it was not even like just rent a hentai for Christ's sake if you want to watch porn. Or if you want to read about it, get this game. Because that's all you did was read about it.
I also gave it 0.
Thank you.
And so I know that it's a very specific genre of games that don't have choices. They're called kinetic novels. That's what they call them.
Oh, well, the expert.
And so it is something that some people like. I am not one of those people because I'm with you. Especially for like hentai, I feel like you could just watch a hentai. There is value in some kinetic novels of other genres, not in this genre. I feel like you need to have something.
If there was like choices.
Yes.
There was no choices whatsoever. You just clicked.
Not in the first 2 hours. Now, maybe if there's choices later on in the game, please let us know. Maybe we should give it another try.
Yeah, we'll do more episodes.
So far, gameplay is 0
yeah,
out of
total
4
0.
blood spots. Our next category is the level of sexiness. Did we think this game was sexy? Rory, what do you think?
Well, I gave it 2, just because, I mean, what they were doing, I guess it was like sexy, but it was, well, I mean, it was straight people, so obviously I'm not like on board, but I mean, it was still like fun, and but I don't like when they fall into like a lot of like cliches. Hentai in general like has a lot of cliches, and I feel like this did fall into those, and I'm not crazy about them. But at least they offered like a variety of protagonists or whatever.
They definitely had all the tropes in there.
So that's why I just gave it 2.
Well, I also gave it 2. I'm not really into the whole like, oh, we must have sex with you because it's our duty. Like, that's not sexy to me.
It's like they need to make these women a little more headstrong, like, this is what I want and I'm gonna get
Yes, even Cleo, who was the headstrong one, was just like, we have to do this, so let's just get it over with.
Like, they don't have a choice, or they're getting raped, or something.
Even Agnes, who decided she liked it and got a little jealous, I don't know. Well, like I said, this is 2 hours in, so maybe the character development happens later. And then later they have the, like, real sexy moments that are real, and not because they have to do it to save their world, but... You know.
I'd do it to save my world. But not a little dick. No, I would just say, fuck the world, it's going to hell.
There you go.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Our final category is the weirdness level. We know that hentai, in general, tends to have a little bit of weirdness to it. So, was this game weird to you?
I didn't find it that weird. So, I only gave it 1 bleeding spot out of 4 because it was not that weird. It was pretty straightforward. The weirdest thing I feel like was probably like the bleeding. That's
not that weird.
Well, it's not weird. Like, that's unusual that happens or whatever. It's just like gross.
All right. I also gave it 1, but I actually can't really even tell you why I thought it was weird at all.
You only gave it 1 weird point, so why didn't you give it 0?
I probably should have. Maybe I should change it, because I actually don't really think it was that weird at all.
With all the bleeding?
Nope.
I thought that was so weird.
Honestly, it's not.
Does that happen in a lot of straight porn that I'm just not aware of?
It happens in a lot of hentai.
Oh, in hentai.
So I'm gonna say I'm changing mine from 1 to 0.
Okay.
So it is now.
I just don't ever see that in regular porn. So to me, that.
It's pretty normal in
hentai.
That
equals a weird.
Rory, what is your final score out of 100%? What would you give this game?
50%.
50% is not that good.
No, it's not.
I was a lot harsher apparently because I gave it 40%. 40% out of 100. There were good things about it. Obviously, we both love the graphics. We both like the story. Everything else.
That would be a fun anime, like a hentai. If they made it into a hentai, it'd be fun.
I think the game suffered in the fact that there were no choices, and we want them.
Yeah.
I want
it's like they just didn't have the budget to make it like an epic, awesome hentai. So they were like, we're just gonna
make it a game. That was our review for Harem Party. Let us know what you think. If you want to see the gameplay video of Harem Party that we did, please check the link. That will be somewhere. Thanks for watching The Probe.
Thanks, everybody. Tune in next time.